and welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room live for the second time ever out in the real world. So welcome along. Let me just check on my iPad that I am actually live. Let's see where I am. Oh, are you updating? It's thinking about it. It is thinking about it, and any of you that have a business page know that these things seem to take ages to catch up. Here we go, it seems to be working. Now, let's see if anyone is going to join me today. Or was it a flurry last week when I had lots of guests joining me live? Maybe it's just going to be you watching on catch up and me. No, I've got Emma joining me. Emma Louise Fielding has joined me. Hi, Emma. Thank you for joining me live. Lovely to have you with me today. I am going to be making a fun project today, so just showing you how to do that, and I have a printable for you as well, so you can print it out and make it and share it with your friends. If you are a demonstrator, you can share it with your customers as well. So I have got a fun thing that I'm going to be sharing. Right, I can see some more people are coming on, but I can't see names at the moment. So shout out and say hello. Oh, it's lovely Michelle. It's Michelle Gattrell's joining us this afternoon. Hi Michelle, lovely to have you with us and have you join us this afternoon. I have already had a busy day here in Elizabeth's Craft Room. I did a Zoom with my lovely ladies, my customers this morning, so that was good. That was only our second Zoom, and we're getting better at the technology. We're kind of getting there. Oh, Kerry, bless her, has popped in. Now, Kerry was a bit of a star on our Zoom this morning for the Liz's lovely ladies. She was amazing. She told us all about, I've got it here to show you, she told us all about the Gilded Autumn suite that she has and tempted us all. She got the title of Terrible Temptress of the Morning because everybody wants it. Because it was so gorgeous what she'd made. If you haven't seen that, it really is fabulous. So yes, I get to say thank you to Kerry out here in the real world, because she was an absolute star this morning. So thank you very much for doing that, Kerry. So yes, that was really good. I have been busy here in Elizabeth's Craft Room cutting for a special class for my ladies that we're going to do fancy folds for our special in October. And next week I've got a little bit of a peek for you to have a look at the fancy folds that I've been doing, or one of the fancy folds that I've been doing. I might let you peek at the others. So I'll do that next week. Oh, we've got Gail joining us from the US. Hi Gail, lovely to have you with us. What is the weather like where you are? Tell me what the weather's like. I know what it's like where Kerry is, because she only just lives down the road from me. But it is bitterly cold here. All of a sudden we've got used to lovely mild September, and now it has gone crazy cold. It is sunny out there, but it's really chilly, and I keep putting my heater on, and I think I have remembered to switch it off because it makes a huge noise, so we don't want that in the middle of my demo. So the other thing I've been doing this week is designing my regular class, which I do at the beginning of each month, and that goes out in the post to my lovely ladies in the UK. And I do a £12 class. We make 3 projects, so I'm not going to show you what it is they're going to be making next month because I'll spoil it for Kerry. But I've been making some fun projects for that as well. So, okay, who is ready to see how to make this? Now, this is a tea light holder, and I've used the wood embossing folder, and I'm trying to think of what it's called, but I will tell you in a minute because it's over there on there. And you could do this in any colours. You could do this as a really festive one with holly and things on it. Safety tip, they do need to be battery tea lights, and this so isn't showing up with this this bright light on it. Let's see if I can turn that off for a minute. Can you see that that is there? It's doing some twinkling. So there you go. That is what I am going to be making in a moment. Oh, and Diane Bryant is here from New South Wales. Oh my goodness, she is up at midnight watching this live. Bless you. Bless you. And it's quite warm. It is quite warm. So you've got springtime coming down there, haven't you, Diane? Gail has got fall temperatures, currently 52, but nighttime temperatures, 30. Oh, that's very chilly. That is very chilly. I am more of a winter girl, I must admit. I don't do the super hot temperatures, and we did have a few of those in southern England in the summertime, but I much prefer the cooler weather. So yes, pretty candle, warm, toasty autumn projects. Just right for me. And as I said earlier, with Kerry showing us the gilded autumn earlier today, that was lovely. Okay, I am going to move my camera and take you over there, and we will go ahead and do some crafting. Bear with me a moment. I haven't got anything fancy to move you, so I'm just carrying you. So a little shot of my ceiling here. Somebody said I should show my craft room, and I must do a craft room tour at some point, because that would be quite fun. Right, let's see if we're all underneath and you can see everything. Okay, just bring round my pad so I can see the comments. If you've got any questions, you can shout out. So I've got 3 here, but I'm going to make these sort of tall, skinny ones. But of course you can make these fatter, thinner, taller, shorter, whatever you want them to be. But they do look quite nice in a little trio. So let's set those to one side, and I will get started. Now I will say right ahead, so you don't have to grab a pen if you need to. I have done a printable. I am known a little bit for my printables, and this has got all the measurements on it. And if you want that, if you are on my newsletter list for Ready Set Demo, which some of you will be because I do it for fellow demonstrators, you are going to get it. If you are one of my lovely ladies, Kerry, you are going to get the measurements for this. So basically this is available, the measurements are available. If you're not on my list and you want to be, you can message me on Facebook, but I need an email address, or that is me. I'm just going to check that this is going to show on the Facebook screen the right way round, because I have an alternative if it shows the wrong way round. No, that's the right way round. Good. Okay, so that is me, liz.shannon@icloud.com. Just drop me an email and tell me you would like the candle holder instructions, and I can pop you on a newsletter list. Tell me if you are a demonstrator, because I do lots of things, especially for my demo friends as well. So we are going to cut this. So this piece here is Pool Party, and I've cut this at 9.5 by 8.25. So you can do that out of a regular piece of cardstock wherever you are in the world. And then on that short side, we're going to score, and we're going to score at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches and 8 inches, which gives us just a little tiny fold over on this. And then I'm turning this round, and I'm going to score at 2 inches. I think I'm right in saying I'm checking 7 inches and 9 inches. So that those are my scores. I'll take my paper snips to do a little bit of cutting. These little narrow bits up here at the top, this is going to be our lid area. Oh, Tracy has joined us. Hi, Tracy. Lovely to have you with us. Who else have I missed? Have I missed somebody else? Karen. Hi. And Tina. Hey, Tina. How are you doing? Tina used to come to my classes a little while ago. Lovely to see you online today, Tina. Right, okay, so for those who've joined us late, this is what we're making. It is a little tea light holder. Right, so we've got the narrow bit up at the top. You've got a very narrow down the side and the narrow bit up at the top. And the narrow bit at the top is where I'm going to start. And I'm bringing my own instructions in so I don't get it wrong. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to take out this, this piece here. But I want to cut down just a ½ an inch down those sides, because this is where it's going to tuck in at the top. And the reason we want to be able to open and close it at the top is we need to switch our tea light on and off. So you can't seal it in at the top. And if you have it loose at the bottom, then it's really hard to get your tea light into the right place. So you need it to open and shut so you can operate your tea light. Oh, Tracy says gorgeous. Thank you, Tracy. That is very kind of you. Right, okay, so I'm going to come up here and take out a little V-shaped piece there. It just helps it fold nicely when it goes in. And then I'm going to take little V-shaped pieces out here and here. So that is going to be our lid. And again, on those instructions, which you can ask me for, that it does actually show you what it looks like, so you don't have to remember any of this, although you can wind it back and watch it slowly and do it with me if you would like to. Right, down at the bottom, we also need to cut little V-shaped pieces out. Now, what my friend Tracy, who is watching with us at the moment, calls these is flower pots, because it makes a little flower pot shape. But for me, I call them V's, but they're kind of inverted V's that we're cutting. It's just basically removing that score line at the bottom. And if you take a little bit extra, it just folds more easily as it goes. And at the side as well, just taking those little pieces off. So that's where we're at so far. Hope that makes sense. Okay, now we've got all of our score lines to fold. The next thing we are going to do is to make the hole in the top for the candle. Now this is where you need to check your candle, because they're different sizes. So I've got some like this, some like this, and this is why my candles here are not all even, because I wanted to try it with different ones to see whether there was like a consistent size. And I'm going to tell you, there totally is not a consistent size. So what you want to do is to get your punches and your dies out and find what fits your candle, what is going to go, so that it's quite tight to your candle. And I found this one here. This one is a 1 and I'm just trying to see what that is. 1 and 3/8. 1 3/8 I would describe that as, that piece there. And here's one I cut earlier. So you're going to need some little decorative pieces, and this is one of them. I cut this earlier and cut it with this. But now what I want to do is to make sure that when I do these, they line up. So I have a handy pencil, and I'm going to mark this in pencil. Oop, and then I moved it. I'm going to mark this in pencil before I die cut it. So let's bring in the die cutting machine. Anyone who was with me last week knows that in Elizabeth's craft room, this is called the handyman, because it's far too much. Oh, I'm sorry, I've dropped the camera. Sorry, hope I haven't given anyone a headache. It's far too much to say the Stampin' Up, Stamp and Emboss machine. Way too much. So instead, we're calling it the handyman. So what you want to do to die cut this, if you're punching, you can probably get the punch in. If you're die cutting, you want to fold this in half so that so it's not going to catch on the edge of your machine. get that lined up, let's put plate on the top, so that's still, and I'm not going to go all the way because I don't want a line down at the end where this falls off the edge, so I'm just going to go in as far as I need to and cut out my little aperture. So as I say, you may find you've got a punch that does that. A punch or a die are your friends. So that's that piece there. Now, before I start to assemble this, I want to do some decoration. And I'm going to use this one here, which is the Pinewood Plank 3D embossing folder. So I want to do some embossing. And the pieces I'm going to emboss is this little circle here. And I've got 4 strips. And these are 4 side panels, 4 7/8 by 1, and I think that's 1 7/8. That is supposed to be. I'm just looking at that and it says 1 7/9. Now, unless I've come up with my own measuring system, I don't think there is a 7/9. Kerry, did you notice me doing that last week? Because Kerry has seen this before. Hi Lynn, Lynn Freeman's joined us this afternoon. Hi Lynn, lovely to have you with us. So we are going to do this. If you want to, by the way, while I am getting my handyman back in again, if you want to, you can click share and let other people know that I'm online. It's lovely if you can do that and just lets other people know that I'm about. Let me just pop that on the top. Okay. And I'm totally using the wrong one. So this is to demonstrate that you need a different plate. We've got a grey one on the top here. So for these thick embossing plates, we need the platform number 1 and number 4, which is the embossing one. Let's run that through. And Sarah Harnett is with us. Hello, lovely Sarah. How are you doing? Sarah has been doing videos as well, so if you haven't looked, go and check out her videos. And Tracy as well has been doing videos. They're all going for it in my team. They really are. I'm impressed. Okay, here we go. So I'm now embossing that top piece as well with the wood. And I'm going to use this. You need to be, this is quite a deep embossing folder and these bits are quite delicate, and I did actually manage to kind of more or less pull one apart. So go quite gently with those because it is a super deep embossing folder. Right, we want to stick these on. So I'll get my Tombow. I was doing a video yesterday with this and my old Tombow had really come to its end and I'd been shaking it, got a new one out, completely forgot on the next on the next cut that I was doing and got glue all over the place. So I've got to remember this is a new Tombow. It goes everywhere. Okay, so little bit of wood there on the top. Now, as I said, you could do this with any, which way round? You can use the embossed or the debossed side. I always should say that. You could do this with any colours. It would be lovely as a Christmas piece. Now these pieces I've designed to go right to the edge, so they're not panels. They're actually making it stronger, but they are going right to the edge. What I wouldn't do is to put the whole thing through the big shot because it would weaken the cardstock too much. Also, you would have half of it embossed and half of it debossed because you'd need to fold it in half to do that. So that's why I am decorating with the same coloured pool party panels. Let's make sure that's going up to the top. You can see these are, here's one I did earlier. Oops. So you didn't have to watch me emboss them all. Let's have a little go. I love pool party. What is your favourite Stampin' Up colour? tell me if you're watching live, and if you're watching on catch up, I still want to know. So write it down there below in the comments if you're watching on catch up on Facebook, or if you're watching on YouTube, you've got comments down below there as well. Tell me your favourite Stampin' Up colour. It's hard to choose. I do love Pool Party. It's not my absolute favourite. It's not. But I would like to know what yours is. Okay. Tracy comes in with Coastal Cabana. Yeah, that is lovely. It's a brighter version of this one. Okay, so I'm going to put some tear and tape down the side here. You could use any adhesive that you prefer. You could put Tombow, but it can get a little bit messy, and I want this to stick straight away. I'd quite like the backing to come off straight away as well, if you could. That's the difference between doing a live and doing a video, because if it all goes wrong with video, you can stop and start again. But now, however much I mess it up, you're going to see it. Okay, so the easiest way when you're putting a box together, rather than trying to do this, and I'm sure lots of you know this, is just fold it in half. Just fold that in half, and that is your box put together. We need to put some little pieces under here. Let's use our, this is the Stampin' Seal Plus I am using here. If you haven't used this because you didn't like the, oh, what was it called? What was the old one called? Fast Fuse. If you didn't like Fast Fuse, don't be put off, because this is so much better than Fast Fuse. Believe me, I was not a fan of Fast Fuse, but this is amazing, and I have been using it all the time in my craft room, I have to say. Oh, we've got some more colours suggested. Oh, Gail says Just Jade. Yes, I adore that green. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely love that. And Kerry says Night of Navy. Yeah, she's made some lovely projects with Night of Navy there. Right, okay. That's that one there. So now we've got our box shape. Now, if I put my candle in there, it's just going to fall down to the bottom. So now we need a piece for it to sit on the inside. And I found this was easier. Now, again, going back to exact measurements, you are going to have a look and see how deep your candle is. Because once again, we've got short ones, we've got tall ones, some as big as your head. And there are lots of different sizes. So I'm going to go for this tall one, and that's the measurements that I've put on there. So be careful if yours is a shorter version. So a little bit of that. Actually, I'm going to do the other one with it flat out, otherwise I'm going to get into trouble. Okay, and then we're going to pop that inside. Diane says soft sea foam. You see, and every time one of you says a colour, I think, oh yes, I really like that one. We have got some good colours in Stampin' Up. We really do. I should say, which one don't you like? And I'm going to answer, Tracy McDonnell is going to say Cajun Craze, and I'm with her. I am not a fan of Cajun Craze. But then, you know, there are times, and autumn is one of them, when you sometimes need Cajun Craze. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put my lid, and this actually slots just inside. You may need to give it a little bit of encouragement. In it goes. And there you go. Yeah, Tracy is on Cajun Craze. She doesn't like it. Okay, so there's our candle. Give it a little bit of a pull. So you can decide whether you want them to sit proud or sit right in, but just work that out when you're working out the depth of the pieces that you've got in here. Again, as I say, my stand was 9 7/8 by 1 7/8, scored at 4 5 7/8. And if you haven't seen this, I have a printable, which you are very welcome to. You just need to get in touch with me at lizshannon@icloud.com and just tell me if you're a demo so I can put you on the right list. Just let me know if you are. Right, decoration. We've got the fun bit. This is out of it's the poinsettia paper, and it's got this wood grain, but actually we've got all that lovely man sweet wood grain, that paper, which I absolutely love. Is it called It's a Good something or other? Tell me what that paper's called, because I can't remember. I love that. I think it's really gorgeous, and I think that would work for this as well. I happen to have some of this left over from when I was designing a class. So decide what your front is going to be, because it doesn't need to necessarily be the bit that opens, because that's really kind of closed when you've got this in position, once you've got your candle on. So let's wrap that round. So that's now going to be the back there. And then some ribbon would be nice. Now you could use this one here. This is the pool party. This is kind of shimmery, which is pretty. Or we could use the scallop lace trim, which is quite vintagey. I'll go for that one. I can show you what the other one looks like. So a little bit of ribbon around there. You could do a tag, you could do a greeting, you could do a punched shape, or a die cut shape on there. Okay, and that bow is sort of not really behaving itself. Let's see if I can persuade that bit to go underneath. There you go, that's a bit better. So there you go. Hi Pam, Pam is joining us. The paper is called In Good Taste. Tracy is right. Yes, the paper I'm trying to think of that has got lots of wood in it is In Good Taste. Oh, and Jill is here. Hello, lovely Jill. And Sally is with us, Sally Loden. Hi Sally, how are you doing? Sally used to be in my team. I think it's time she came back, don't you? I think so. So that's kind of it. Now you can vintage this up if you like. If you like it a nice clean look like that, you can go clean. If you want to go vintage, before you start doing the decorating, what you can do is to take a sponge, take another one here, and I am using here soft suede to give this a kind of an aged look to it. And this works very well on pool party, to give it a kind of a little vintage sponged look going on. You know, I told you one tour, that's where that's one tour, so I'm not going to go. I'm going to be a bit careful around that top bit. It does, because it cuts so deep, it embosses so deep, you can get that with those little edge pieces. That one did go, so just a little warning. So you can have the vintage look. So do you prefer a vintagey look or the kind of clean look? I think I like the vintage better. Let's have a look at this one. So this one I've got this is a bigger size. I haven't actually got the sizes for this because this was the one I was practicing with. I was just winging it really, but the actual box is 2 3/4, so it's going to be 2 3/4 on each side. If you take the measurements for these, you can kind of scale them up and down. This is what it looks like with that other ribbon, which is the Pool Party Sheer, as that one is called. So that's what it looks like with that one. So what do you think? Clean or nice? Tracy says my sponges look vintage. They really do, don't they? Many, many, many years of Elizabeth's Craft Room classes have made our sponges quite vintage. That's very true. Right, okay. So I hope you like that project, she says. Putting them back in again. I hope you like that. Let me take you over the other side for a quick chat and tell you what I've got coming up. You can see out my window. You see, it's sunny, but it's just cold. Right, turn you back round again. Right, okay. So I am going to go live here every week for the next few weeks at least. We will see how it goes. So I'm going to go live every week, same time, same day, Wednesday at 2 o'clock UK times. If you look on the blog, it will tell you what time that is internationally. Thank you for people who are getting up either very early or staying up very late, especially Diane. That is amazing. So thank you for joining me today, but I will be back this time next week. That's Johnny. Hi, Johnny. How are you? I will be back every week at 2 o'clock with a project. As I say, next week we may have a fancy fold. So yeah, I have been designing this. My ladies call it cards that make you say ooh. And we are going to be doing cards that make you say ooh. So I will do a card with you and see whether you say ooh next week. All of these, oh bless you, I've got people just joining me now, and now I feel really bad because I've gone too fast, haven't I? I am going to put this, ladies and gents, I'm going to put this straight back up onto the Facebook group and then onto YouTube so that you can watch it all again on catch up. You can see how to make one of these little holders. You can find out, hang on a minute, that if you want the printable instruction sheet, and if you're a demo, just to say, this is not, this is completely editable. So there's no logo on there that you are not going to be able to get rid of. So if you want it and want to send it out to your customers, you are more than welcome to do that. You can edit it, put your own name on it, it's just in Word. So if you want that, if you're already on my newsletter list, you will be getting it today. It's coming out to you today. If you're not on my newsletter list, either for my lovely customers or for you're a demonstrator, let me know. You can message me. I will need your email address so I can put you on. That is my email address. You can email me here, liz.shannon@icloud.com. And I will pop you onto my mailing list. You'll get, if you're a demo, you'll get about twice a month. I send out freebies and other things and classes for you. If you are a stamper, let me know. If you'd like to join my Liz's Lovely Ladies newsletter list, you can be on that as well. So again, same address, but just tell me if you're a demo. Okay, it is lovely to have had so many of you come and join me live today. I will be back next week at the same time. For those of you who came in really late, yeah, I'm going to pop it straight back up so you can go and watch me and comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me whether you like the project. Tell me anything about what you're doing craft-wise. I always love to see other people's crafts as well. So you can put pictures in there. Love it. I love that. So thank you very much for joining me. Look, people are still joining. You see, should I have talked longer at the beginning? Tell me, Michelle, you were with me early doors. Should I have talked longer at the beginning to give more people a chance to get in? I'm not sure. I will pop this right back up now, though. Thank you all. Bye.